What do you think?
I think there will be something in terms of property taxes. I think there's been a lot of speculation, so I'd be really surprised if there was nothing at all. I suppose it just depends how aggressive that change is. I think a reform in stamp duty, obviously there's talk of putting it onto vendor side rather than buyer side. And actually, I think for the mainstream mortgage market, I don't think that does any harm, because people, if it sort of feeds into property prices, which no doubt it will do, people can at least borrow against that, which will help first time buyers to be able to move, and then obviously the whole market moves up from there.
Mm.
So I think from a stamp duty reform perspective, that wouldn't be the end of the world, albeit there might be a period of reset where people who have paid a big stamp duty bill on the way in feel a bit loath to sell and pay it again
But
on the way out.
that's easily solved though, because you can just say, look, if you've paid it going in and you've now got to pay it going out, then you can credit what you've paid going in against what you've got to pay out on your sale.
Yeah.
It'd be quite easy to handle. But I agree with you that I think it would help the market a lot, because it would then become a fundable item rather than something that you can't fund. And that will help our younger generation buy their first home, I think. Also, even if there is an annual property tax to replace stamp duty, at least that's payable annually, and you're able to spread that out over time. So it might just make the market a little bit easier. And I think one of the government's faults, irrespective of whatever colour government, they fail to look at the market as a whole. They tend to look at sectors and think, oh, we'll encourage that sector or we'll discourage that sector. And I think that's a mistake, because the market has to work from top to bottom, doesn't it?
Like anything, you're never going to please everybody. When you make these changes, there'll be winners and there'll be losers. And I think the annual property tax, there'll be a big group of people where that has quite a significant impact on, because people who have perhaps inherited property, they might be asset rich, cash poor, and that will seem like quite a big burden to them. And obviously, there is also some talk that perhaps it gets rolled up as opposed to paid annually. Mansion tax is effectively what it is, whatever we call it, it's effectively a mansion tax. And I think that hasn't really worked anywhere. So I'm surprised that we're even talking about it, to be honest, because I don't feel like that will have a positive impact on the market at all.
I have to say, I'm rather against governments tinkering with the market.